Google, I'm begging you. Please, please, please concentrate on this one thing for the Pixel 5, and I promise you, it is a slam dunk in terms of a winner for a device. What's up everybody, this is Scott. Welcome back to another video. Well, we all know that the Google Pixel line is definitely the king of portraits and arguably at least a top 2 or top 3 when it comes to photography overall. But there's one thing in that multimedia department where Google just simply comes out average, and that's in the video department. One thing that's come up from this pandemic is the fact that video overall is not something that's going to go away anytime soon. So the fact that a lot of these companies are going to have to dump resources into making sure that the video features are much more robust and, quite honestly, more in line with what Apple has to offer. You can see it in today's day and age, from late night talk show hosts filming on their iPhone to having Zoom calls and Skype calls with all their friends. A lot of them are using webcams that are 720p or something of that nature. But follow up with the fact that you can go to YouTube and just type in mobile videography, and you can see a ton of different talented creators out there that's filming a lot of things with just either an iPhone or an iPhone, to be honest, and there's a reason why that exists. It's because the iPhone is simply the video king, and Google hasn't been able to stack up in any time soon with any of the iterations of the Pixel line that it has. If anything, the pandemic has taught us that video's not going away anytime soon, and the sheer fact that Google has, in my personal opinion, someone that I would say is more of a fanboy for Google than anything, it's just a very average video section for the camera line. Video is becoming the way that we're now interacting with the world because we simply cannot go out and talk to individuals, and for it to just be okay, or if I want to film something and I don't have a high-end camera, almost the only choice I have right now is an actual Apple iPhone because it simply is the best that's out there. And that's why I think Google really could step up and have a device, basically 2020's best device of the year, if they took the time and to develop the video line specifically for the Pixel 5. Google's notoriously been behind Apple and Samsung when it comes to the video department. 4K 60 frames a second, while not a lot of people might use it, is pretty much table stakes at this given point. Now, the whole idea that Google comes out and says, well, the reason why we didn't put 4K 60 frames a second was because we're only offering 64 gigs or 128 gigs of storage. That's pretty much a terrible reason, and the idea is like you got to give the consumer the choice to use all of that space if that's what they choose to use the space for. Apple's even putting more lenses on the back of the iPad Pro because they know that that particular machine is a creative monster, and ultimately it uses a lot of the same guts and internals from the Apple iPhone 11 that is a best-in-class or a world-class leader when it comes to handling video and mostly photos. Another thing, if people are going to pay flagship prices, they really should have to make sure they have all the flagship features. Look, I love the Pixel line better than anybody else. It's the device that I choose and put in my pocket every single day, but I do it for photos. Any time that I need a video, I'm taking my Apple iPhone out of my pocket and filming that video just because it's so much better than that of the Pixel. Anytime I use slow motion, anything like that, it's always better looking on the iPhone. It just handles a lot better. Also, from a development perspective, there's a lot more developers that are taking the time to develop for Apple and not so much for Google, especially when it comes to photos and videos. So the idea that Google really has to take it upon themselves to bake in the best video features into the camera app that comes right from their store, a lot of responsibility. It's the one that Google needs to step up and basically take complete control over. You see, this pandemic has shown me that I need to make a lot more video content. And if it's something that I want to take a lot of video content and I only want to use a mobile device, pretty much the only choice that I have to meet my expectations is the fact that I want to use an Apple iPhone. So this is my plea to Google. You have a chance right now to make one of the best devices that you can. You arguably have the best photo taking device. So from a mobile photography perspective, absolutely love the Pixel line. Portraits, hands down, the best when it comes to the Pixel line. But from a video perspective, if you can just make that step up, make it better, make it smoother, I'm not asking you to be the exact same as the Apple iPhone 11 Pro, but what I'm asking you to do is to take the time and take that step forward when it comes to your video then you might have one of the best devices that you can buy or have the ability to buy in 2020. So that's it. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Join me on my live show Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time.